Subscribe for more Doctor Who content. Also, like and comment to appease the YouTube algorithm. Hello once again, audience. Today I bring you some good news for a change, because the last month or so has been a rather depressing one at that when it comes to Doctor Who. We have some news concerning Big Finish, and it is to do with how they are going forward with Doctor Who. This is going to be taking place through 2022. So, we're going to be getting box sets for Doctors 1 through 8. So essentially, all Doctors from the classic series are all going to be getting the box sets. And that is very intriguing. It looks like this may be the way forward long term in terms of how Big Finish are going to be replacing the monthly range, because the monthly range, as we all know, ended a couple of months ago now with the end of the beginning. It's very interesting because we already do have a few of these box sets that have been announced. Like, we've got a box set with the Sixth Doctor facing the 11 and things like that. We have the ongoing series with the 8th Doctor, with Stranded, and we may get more Time War stuff. We are, of course, getting ongoing 4th Doctor adventures, and this is listed in this announcement. But what is rather intriguing is a lot of these box sets have been untitled as of yet. The majority are going to be released next year. So this is part of Big Finish's grand plan. So first up we have the First Doctor box set, which is called The First Doctor Adventures. Whether this relates to the David Bradley First Doctor Adventures, which is also ongoing, will this be done in the style of the early adventures, or will this be a continuation of the David Bradley version of the First Doctor? William Hartnell's no longer around, sadly. The likelihood is it's going to be one of those things, or we might even get an entirely new voice actor for the role of the First Doctor. I've no clues as to what this could be about, but this is going to be released in January 2022. The next thing, which I find rather intriguing, and this was predicted by one of the comments on a video I did a while back, which was to do with what people would like to see from Big Finish in the future, and it is the Second Doctor Adventures. So for many Doctor Who fans, this is great news because the Second Doctor is a favourite of many. The title of this is very intriguing. It's called Doctor Who Beyond the War Games. Take from that what you will, but it seems highly likely that this is going to be Big Finish's take on Season 6B. Likewise with the First Doctor stuff, I have no further details about this whatsoever. All we know is the production details. We know the executive producers are Jason Hay-Gellery and Nicholas Briggs, and we have our producer, script editor, and senior producer. We don't have any cast details or anything like that, so we're going to be getting more info about this in the future. Again, who's going to voice the Second Doctor, because Charlton is no longer with us? It might be Fraser Hines, seeing as he's done it for the early adventures, or again, we could even get a completely different voice actor. Time will tell with this one, but very intriguing for fans of the Second Doctor. With the Third Doctor Adventures, the title is unknown. I think the highest likelihood is that it'll be voiced by Tim Treloar, because they've only just released the latest volume in this range, so I think it could be a continuation of that, or it could be something completely different. It has been said in the press release that these box sets are going to be taking these Doctors in different directions while staying true to the eras of the show. So I really don't know what this means. It could mean anything. And again, even with this, we don't have any more information regarding the cast. All we know is behind the scenes stuff. So very, very interesting. One thing which is sealed in concrete is the Fourth Doctor Adventures. Now, with this one, nothing is unknown about this whatsoever, because we already had an announcement about this quite a while back. This is actually the continuation of this, so 2022 will actually be the 10th anniversary of this range, because it started in 2012, and this will be the 11th series. It'll be spread across 2 volumes, and most of these box sets that I'm talking about are going to be spread over 2 volumes. So I think they're going to be following suit to the Fourth Doctor Adventures, as that range has been doing it in that format for quite a while now. I think since Series 7. So all we know about with this is the main cast will include Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor, and Nerys Hughes as Margaret Hopwood, who will be the new companion for this series of Fourth Doctor Adventures. Next up we have new Fifth Doctor Adventures. Now this is really good because we have 2 releases, and these will be released at some point in 2022. No month as of yet, like when this will be released, but these releases are going to be called 40, and that is because 2022 will be the 40th anniversary of the Fifth Doctor's first appearance on television. So I expect that this box set will be a celebration of all things concerning Peter Davison's Fifth Doctor, and we know that the cast will be Peter Davison, Sarah Sutton, Janet Fielding and Matthew Waterhouse. So we're going back to the days of season 19. It is like the early days of the Fifth Doctor, which makes complete sense as that was the TARDIS crew 40 years ago. So very intrigued to see what goes on there. Next up we have the Sixth Doctor. We don't know the title of this. All we know is it's going to be released in May next year. Again, it's going to be 2 volumes. We're going to have Colin Baker in this, surely. Not actually been announced that he's going to be in it, but I think it's a given that Colin Baker is going to be in this. No idea who the companion's going to be, whether it's one of his Big Finish companions, like Flip or Constance, or whether it's with Perry. Don't know, but all we know is we're getting a new Sixth Doctor box set next year in May. But before that, like I said earlier, we're getting his box set with the 11, which comes out later this year. With the Seventh Doctor, again, this is going to be released in May next year. And it's sort of the same case for the Sixth Doctor stuff. There's no cast details announced, apart from the fact that it's probably going to be Sylvester McCoy, and no further details than that, really. Now, we have Eighth Doctor Adventures as well, and this will be available in November 2022. This is likely going to be the last release out of all of these, and this makes sense really because he's the last Doctor out of the classic series. What is really interesting is, will this be a continuation of the Eighth Doctor's story after Stranded? Because if I'm right in saying Stranded as a saga may be over by the time this comes out, because we've had the first 2 box sets out of the 4, 2 more yet to come. I think by the time this comes around, I think Stranded will be all done and dusted. So my guess will be that the Eighth Doctor story will continue with these box sets with another story arc. It could be going back to his earlier days. Guessing it is going to be after Stranded, because the promo image has him in his Dark Eyes outfit, and he's worn that outfit on most of his Big Finish's releases ever since Dark Eyes came out. It would make sense that it is continuation. Well, then again, I could be completely wrong. Nicholas Briggs said, "This is a real opening up point of our various Doctor's adventures, They all now have their own individual series, just as it should be. I agree with him. And for those listeners used to purchasing a yearly subscription for our old monthly adventures, this new bundle of box sets will give you the opportunity to order the whole year's stories in all one go, while you can also order by specific Doctor. I'm particularly excited by what we'll be doing with the first, second and third Doctor adventures, aiming to take them into brand new territory, while also giving them a fully era authentic feel. Big Finish's senior producer, David Richardson, added, "It's been so exciting to see all the plans and ideas that my colleagues have been circulating for this epic launch of the Doctor box sets in 2022. So exciting that the classic Doctors continue to forge ahead in thrilling new directions, and doing so with that fine balancing act of authenticity and originality. I've been busy working away on the new beginnings for the 5th and 8th Doctors, but I shall be listening with glee to savour what lies in store for the others." We all love Doctor Who at Big Finish. How wonderful that its glorious past continues to be assured a bright future. All of these box sets are available to pre-order from just $16.99. And this press release comes with a lovely photo of the first 8 incarnations of the Doctor just there. It's so lovely. I think I'll make this video's thumbnail that picture. So then, what do you guys think of this news? I think it's very interesting because, like I said before, it's taking this whole idea of classic Doctors and new stories in a new direction. It's not all about monthly adventures anymore. They're all going to be getting their own box sets, and they may be self-contained, or they may be spread over multiple volumes, a bit like with the 8th Doctor. Out of all of these, what intrigues you the most? Because honestly, for me, I think the most intriguing things about this are the 8th Doctor stuff, and I'd probably say the 5th, 6th and 7th Doctors, because those 3 Doctors are the ones that have featured most prominently through Big Finish ever since they started doing these audios back in 1999. These Doctors are going to be getting a brand new life on audio. I'm going to cap this video off just by saying that this is a very exciting announcement from Big Finish. I want to thank Big Finish for keeping the ball rolling for all of us Doctor Who fans who have been starved of new content over the past few months, because the BBC have been quiet regarding the main television series, and with a few other things that have happened in the background, it has all been doom and gloom over these past few weeks/months. But it's good to see that Big Finish are still delivering with the Doctor Who brand. And announcements like this can go a really long way. So thank you, Big Finish. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you next time.